Nothing to...
There is a car in front of you, Blake.
Okay, we are ready.
Smack.
You're gonna ask me about our program.
Yes, it's just more about you. What do you do? How you spend your day? What are the challenges of your work? So why you like the work that you're doing?
Yeah.
Something like this. Talk about you.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the program, and I'm gonna talk about
Both.
Both.
But first you, and then when you say what you like or your work, then you speak about
Do you want to
the program.
switch that off? Is it possible?
Yeah.
What are the success stories? What are the challenges?
You know Stefano? I remember clearly when I started working with BESP. I remember Douglas Atkin had our team leader. He was giving an introduction about the program, about what they are planning to do. And it was a very, very ambitious plan. By the time he finished talking, I thought to myself, wow, it's not an easy task to undertake. And we started. My job basically is about providing services of interpretation and translation, also to taking care of the PR issues, starting promoting for BESP, getting people to be acquainted with what we are trying to do. You know, what BESP is trying to do is to achieve basically to reach a very simplified business environment and conducive to businesses in Syria, in line with national objectives, especially with Syria's movement from century planned economy to social market economy. So that both the regulatory environment and the business environment must reflect this movement. As many of whom you met highlighted, change is not that easy to communicate. When we started, we had difficulties. It wasn't that easy, but also we had this light bulb moments. Sometimes we are at meetings and we are looking at each other, just smiling a little bit. We have this hidden smile, but we are thinking of the same idea. Change is happening. I saw people who previously opposed our approaches, but now when they are fully informed and when they are engaged, now they have totally different attitudes. Of course, what helped us out throughout this way is the official support that we have, not just from top levels, but also from those who we interact with. Those people are willing to change. We value a lot this collaborative techniques and mechanism with our counterparts. We appreciate it. It's not taken for granted for us. If you look around, Syria is changing. Change is not visible enough, but you can show shops, different services, products are presented now in the market. So there is a willing. Of course, the picture is not perfect. This process is ongoing, but I'm sure that we're gonna get there.
I'm feeling this mood of changing, especially in the people, the young professionals like you. I'm feeling a sort of commitment, of enthusiasm, something like you're saying, you're thinking, okay, now it's possible. Can you explain me better if I'm feeling it right, and why you feel that now things are becoming possible?
With what BESP is trying to do regarding the different initiatives BESP is presenting, we started with the legislative drafting initiative to improve the quality of Syrian regulations, how we can help them out to draft regulations and legislations in a better way, to use those international techniques, and that would help not only business people, but it would be reflected on the people who are walking on the streets daily. Also with Israel initiative that takes care of looking and reviewing all legislations, regulations, streamlining them, cancellate those who are very old. And given that we have the full support of it, it's working now. We have the central unit, the ministerial units are in the process of establishment. Companies House also, this initiative is, we are facing good and bad times with it, but very good steps and decisions have been taken in this regard. The work with the Competition Commission, now more people are knowing about this concept because it is a newly established organization in Syria, and how the role it plays in developing the competitiveness of companies, of services, of goods in the Syrian market. Eventually it will be reflected positively on Syrian people and also on those who we interact with. So again, we are still, BESP is, we are in the year 2, and we will last for 4 years. We started in 2009. Once again, it's not a complete image, but hopefully by the end of BESP, I have this hope of achieving our prospect objectives, and hopefully those institutions will be sustained by the support we have and by the change of the thinking that would happen actually.
What is the concrete next objective that you have ahead as the program? Something that you want to achieve that you're not yet achieved, and you think now it's possible to achieve, and it's the next step towards your main objective?
The next steps. Can I ask?
Yes.
Jem, now it's the time to talk about the Mysterious at Companies House.
Well, I think the challenge now, if you like, for the next year or so is going to be taking the Companies House as a concept off the page, and turning it into a living, breathing sort of organism which can deliver the services that we wanted to deliver.
And enhancing Israel's different.
Well, Israel is in the putative stage. We'll be gathering the regulations that affect businesses and performing reviews on these regulations, and looking at the administrative processes behind the regulations, and working our way back into licensing and the business permissions process.
The challenges we have, let's say that during the first period of the program we laid the foundations. For this year we are building upon those foundations. As for Israel, I think we're going to start reviewing the regulations there. We had now everything in place. We'll start this process reviewing and then follow up those regulations. For Companies House, it's about moving this concept from papers into reality in order to provide those services of registration and getting license for the business people, because eventually it will speed up the process of starting up new businesses in Syria, and it will be reflected positively eventually. Also, just to ensure the sustainability of what we have done and to build upon the basis that have been achieved during the past year. So we have lots of things to do, but we have a determination to do it.
It seems you like a lot of the job that you're doing.
Yeah.
Can you explain it more from the human level for one who could be your colleague in the future?
Yeah.
Why you like this job so much?
Can you please speak a little louder?
Speak louder?
Yes.
Okay.
You want my second question again?
No, it's coming, but just speak louder.
It's funny, you know what? Because the title of our program is Simplifying Business Environment. Let me start by saying that the business environment...
Yes, you were saying.
You did a somersault there. Was it forward or backward?
Backward.
Backward.
Yes, continue.
It is a funny question in a way. I'm going to explain it. Because the title of our program is Business Environment Simplification. Let me start by saying that the environment is very friendly, is very conducive, very protective. We support each other. We don't come to work every day thinking, oh, this is another day I have to get by, I have to go through. No, because I think all members in BESP share the same visions because we are convinced of it. Sometimes it's difficult to motivate people to do their work or their jobs effectively. In our case, we don't have it. All of us have the self assurance that we are doing something good, we are doing something new, we are presenting new concepts and new tools and new mechanisms that will benefit Syria eventually. I'm excited about the future of Syria, that's why I'm excited about my job.